Hello one, hello all, welcome to Tier 4, Singapore. We did Tier 3, we did Tier 2, but now it's time for Tier 4. How delightful do we have to be here? So we've got a few extra drivers today, a few extra reserves. Some we've never seen race before. So, what's going to happen? The championship's spicing up between a giant stick and Slowpoke Gamer. Slow P Gamer, sorry, might I add. I keep always saying Slowpoke. My apologies. So, we've got the billboards on. Tier 2 was an interesting race. I myself raced it and I killed someone by utter mistake. But I also raced with the billboards on. But that doesn't matter. We're here for the Tier 4 drivers. The way they are all going to go. Formula 7 Racing, otherwise known as Nathan, is racing with us today, as he's done quite a lot in Tier 4. He just wants to try find where his pace is, and we allow him to race. So hopefully today he has a good race and not a shocking one after every race we've seen in Tier 4 that he's done. He has had a few incidents at the start. I think today he might try and avoid them, as I believe Kevin Gamer is the first person out to do a lap. Or it's Marcus, it is Marcus. As away the qualifying begins. As Gertmeister, Giant Stick, One Kitty Jim, Lad Corvin, E5. As we just go down the grid order now. The puppy already out on a lap here in Singapore, not Saudi Arabia. That is a completely different track. As we look at Marcus, who is the first Williams out on track here. Hope everyone has enjoyed watching Tier 2, and Tier 3. It was a delectable race to race in and also commentate in as well. As we head into turn 13, the hairpin. Look at those boards, ever so nice. The speed we can get and the beautiful camera angles we get around Singapore. As it is time for Marcus to start his first lap of qualifying. So, we eliminate the bottom four, as usual. So that would be, in this scenario, if it was qualifying was to end now, it'd be Mad Riot, Poppy, Ron, Mexico, and Marcus. But it won't be, as we have to wait to see who our fastest 15 are. And then into Q2, we eliminate the bottom 5 of that, so that's 11 to P15 on who the slowest drivers are there. As we head down now, into turn 1 we go. Into the Singapore laps start now. It's 3, 2, 1, turn 2, turn 3, chained up nicely here. As we head now into turn 4. Get the car positioned correctly, get it nice and angled, get it on the exit. There we go. DRS is activated, but it's not opening for Marcus. He's not using DRS. Bit strange. So now he gets onto the curb, gets off the curb, into turn 7, through turn 7 now, into turn 8 we go. As look at the amount of cars that are on track. I believe we have 13 drivers out on track at the moment. I'm not entirely too certain on that one. As into the chicane we go now, through turn 10, into 11 here, now into 12. Little kink there. Now turn 13, the hairpin. Go a bit wide there. He's gone nearly off track, but he's using all the track to his advantage here. As away he goes. Purple sector 2 as into sector 3. DRS still not enabled for Marcus. I don't think he's got a button bound for it or is using it here. So now this is where we go. As now away we go with the 133. Next across the line looks to be a V-carb. I believe that is to Poppy in P18. Across the line he goes on the medium compound of Daya. Now to go P2. Next across the line is a McLaren, which is going to be Laden Conveny. And away we go as the Alpine there lets all the drivers pass, and he goes P1 in Q1. Jennifer Lee takes that away instantaneously. as we already have a new driver to Poppy. Gertmeister to P2, One Kitty Jimbo to P3, Vicious Vicar, P4, P5, Real Ashton Army and Alfie out already. Are they coming out of the pits there? There's been a DNF, and I'm not entirely certain whereabouts. As we look around, Madarite in P6, Gertmeister now in P6, Madarite in P7, sorry. As away they all go, as Formula Racing stays in the pit lane here so far already. As away Shining Swarm goes, got a few yellow flags. That's a McLaren of, not Ace Drift, of Ace of Ladden there. So away he goes. Alfie Ward serving his qualifying ban that he has. All the drivers pulling away apart from Vicious Vicar, who thinks, oh, no, it's my track. I can do what I want. As now just rotating around the track, the bottom drivers on a lap. Slow P Gamer, Wobbly Lizard, Nimble Cat. He's got a bit of dirty air ahead of him. He's got a few slower drivers that have just finished their lap. So, stick the battery on, open the DRS, and away he goes now for his qualifying lap. And that dirty air might affect him a bit as he gets closer and closer to the other drivers. As he's not backed out, he's gone a bit wide on the exit to get the rotation around. The other yellow flag there, that is for one of the McLarens giving each other a nice little tow, I would assume there. As I believe Shining Swarm, also about to start a lap, maybe affected Nimblecat a little bit here with a bit of dirty air as Nimblecat goes P7 as now Shining Swarm starts his lap in the Mercedes Petronas AMG. Another yellow flag there. That was for the Red Bull, I believe, of Ron Mexico. As Ron Mexico's pulling away nicely now into Sector 3. He heads down now with a purple Sector 2. There's Wobbly Lizard already rushing and riding around that Aston Martin as much as he can, with a driver ahead of him. Slow P Gamer coming now across the line. We go with him on the medium tyre. And he goes round the final corner and into P12 with a 145. So he's going to be pushing again. Might have got a bit of impeded on his lap. And away he goes. There's Kevin Gamer there coming out of the pit lane. Lets him by. So now, yellow flag. That is for Kevin Gamer to let someone else by. As we go back to Shining Swarm, he's crawling around the hairpin there, and away he goes with DRS. Slowpoke Gamer invalidates his lap time, and is not going to go set another lap until he goes back to the pits, I would presume. As now, away he goes. Oh, there's contact with the wall. Shining Swarm rear tyre hit the wall, as that's a yellow flag for the Williams. No, it's not. That's a yellow flag for someone. But across the line is Shining Swarm to now be the man to set a lap in the Mercedes. Goes P4 with a 31.4 as a Giant Stick sets P1 as Giant Stick on another push lap here. No, he's not. He's into the pits. His Wobbly Lizard goes P2. Ace Drift going into the pits as well here after his little lap. As away we go with Ron, who doesn't seem to be on a lap at the moment, but he's got enough fuel for another lap to go. So we'll have a look what he does afterwards. As I believe Slopey Gamer is going to dive into the pits. No! Slopey Gamer with 0.9 laps of fuel to go is going for another run. And he goes P15, but I don't think he's realised he invalidated his lap time. As we get ready to go with Kevin Gamer now in a moment for him to set his lap, and then behind him is going to be Tapapi to next set a lap. So away he goes. Oh no, there is a. Who is the other Red Bull? That's Ron Mexico, sorry, to go on another lap. As Kevin Gamer slinging the car through the corners of turn 1 to 2 to 3. So now into turn 4 he goes. Gets away from the apex, but gets a wonderful exit there. So that might be a key moment for people to maybe look at how Kev has taken that, as he's got a purple Sector 1 doing so. As Ron Mexico chasing in behind him now. As now we look around, is there on the walls the nice, wonderful graphics we get from our wonderful friend Salute there. Salute, sorry. As away he goes now. Is Kevin Gamer into turn 13. He heads now. Bit of squirrely on the exit there. Very quick with that car. Nimble, some may say. Like a cat, as Gertmeister has left the session. As we will get him back in, as I know I have him added. As Gertmeister has been sent an invitation to join back. As away Kevin Gamer goes now. Into the braking zone he goes. As into the final few corners now, as Honda VTEC's also left, as the two Kick Saubers head out for their final run in qualifying, and a Kevin Gamer set to 31-1 to go P5, whilst Ron Mexico dives into the pits. As to Puppy as well on his lap, let's see what he can do for the final few corners. Gets it nice and done through the apex. Is he able to maybe get a bit of time there? Flip it through to Puppy, you can do it, and away he goes across the line to go P15, improved by 2 seconds to go P15, so he stays where he was. As that is Nimblecat just on the pit exit. Needs to be careful parking there. A lot of the drivers do. You can get disqualified for parking in front of the pit lane, illegal blocking. I think the punishment would be for it. As now a lot of drivers showing some good pace. Kevin Gamer not on a lap, he's finished his. Whilst Vicious Vicar and Mad Riot in P12 and 9, maybe giving each other a little toe here. Is this something that they maybe have planned with each other? The dad and son, the father and son bond they have between this, and now it is great to look at between these two. I believe they had a quali ban. Is now away they go with one another, getting maybe a faint little toe is Mad Riot into the final corner. Get it around and away we go with these two Kick Saubers, as we will look on board with Vicious Vicar for this lap, as we'll be able to see just following in pursuit is his son, I believe, of Mad Riot. And away they go as quick as they can. Get it away, get the track, get the time as well, and see how much they can gain. Vicious Vicar took turn 4 excellently there, as into turn 5 now, heading into turn 6 with 2 tenths up on his lap time. Right behind him is Mad Riot as well. Very close between one another. Through turn 7 into turn 8 now we go. Stays away from the curve, very close to the wall though, as Mad Riot stays far away from the wall there to get as much rotation around as he could. As away they go. He's not taking the curb on the right hand side, he's getting away for it. As Vicious Vicar just trying to tell his son, hurry up, follow up, get that toe. I'm trying to help you out a little bit here, as they are both chasing each other down, as it's 5 tenths up now for Vicious Vicar. Unbelievable lap gainage here for him. The time he's able to find, it's going to be good for one another. As Formula 7 Racing out on track to do a lap, which is Nathan. So Nathan's going to be pushing as hard as he can after this morning's race, where he went 27 laps on the hard tyres, as Vicious Vicar goes P6 and Mad Riot goes P8. As we look around the griddle now, who's next across the line? That would be a McLaren of Lad Corvini, who goes P2. Yellow flag in Sector 1, that is Ron Mexico. As we look around to see who else is on a push lap. Nimblecat backed up on his lap, maybe had a bit of a mistake, maybe trying to recharge the battery up. Honda VTEC rejoins the session, who is currently in not a seat. Honda VTEC in the Mercedes is not in the Mercedes, as we have both Mercedes on track. I would presume that we would say let Honda VTEC hop in another car, as this is our mistake that we've made here, putting another driver in his vehicle. As wow, this is an interesting one, as Nathan begins his lap now, as Slow P Gamer already pushing now into the chicane he goes. As I'm assuming we would ask Nathan what to do here, as he is currently in Honda VTEC's car. So Slopey Gamer goes P4. These drivers are already close enough to the lap time some of the tier 3s had set. As In Sync go into the pits to both Saubers. As we'll hop back on board with Marcus for the time being. He's 6 tenths down on his time. So we'll move away and look at Nathan now. Pushing it all to the limits, Nathan is. Giving everything he's got. Is he able to maybe make some time or maybe make up a bit of ground, as he's done a race today already in tier 3, so he's got some practice in. I know that Nathan knows that if he boxes lap 4 into the hards, he can make him go to the end. He just can't attack or defend against anyone. As away Nathan goes now. Next across the line, that is an Alpine of Nimblecat, who is 6/10 up on his time this time. As a wrap it around the corner, Nimblecat, go on. And away you go. So Honda VTEC has gotten into the Aston Martin, as I think that will be okay for this race. I would presume so. As Nathan goes P13 with that lap time, which is a 32.2. As Marcus barely up on his lap so far. There's a yellow flag. That's a Ferrari, I believe. Why can't I go up? Okay, we'll go down to the Ferrari, who is just leaving room for the other drivers now. As Ron Mexico goes to P13, right behind him is Jennifer Lee, Shining Swarm, who goes P6, 5/10 improvement on his lap time there. As the Haas of Jennifer Lee actually coming around the final corner now to start their lap. So what can he do with the Haas? Can he have a Haster class or a disaster class? Let's see what they can do in Q1. As at the moment it's between Marcus to Poppy and Honda VTEC, who needs to get out on a lap. As I think he's just trying to get a quick feel for the car whilst he can. As away Mad Riot goes to retire, and all flipping that wheel around as much as he can. Slopey Gamer, low on fuel, but waiting it out to maybe get a lap in. As we have a few moments left of the qualifying session, as Shining Swarm is not on a lap anymore. They've done their lap. There's Jennifer Lee looking around to see what they can do as they head now into the chicane. As away Jennifer Lee goes down the straight now, as Nimblecat boxes, knowing they might be a bit safe. As this at the moment, we've got, I believe Nathan was trying to give his teammate a tow, or he's run out of fuel, as his teammate cuts the pit line and heads into the pits, as that is Ron Mexico to set his final lap of qualifying, and away he goes now. As I think Slopey Gamer is going to push on, but it's Honda VTEC that we need to watch out for. What can he do? Can he keep it in for the time being? He's teleporting a little bit, as away he goes now. Into this, yeah, Honda Jun late, Tom State Aston, I'll change afterwards. No worries, Nathan, no worries. I just thought I'd ask you. I presume it's okay because you accidentally took his spot, but I don't see the problem with it. As Honda VTEC going through the chicane now. What can he do? Is he going to be able to get out of the bottom drivers? If he does, he's going to knock maybe Gertmeister down. Can he do it? No, he doesn't. He's a second off from the drivers in front of him. Near enough. As Jennifer Lee has finished their lap, same Wonkini Jim and Slopey Gamer has invalidated. But Ron Mexico, on the other hand, invalidates his lap, but he was 2 tenths up. So let's see what time he would have set, as he's lost it. He's lost a lot of his time. Maybe from his invalidation, maybe. But I'm going to presume, yeah, he is still pushing on to maybe try and gain as much as he can there. Into the braking zone now. Yellow flag. Slopey Gamer across the line to take P6 in Q1. As now Ron goes P13. Stays where he is, but he improved by a tenth, which would be a 1:18. So we're seeing two different times here, a 131.811 and at the top it's a 131.812. Interesting that. As Q1 is over, we eliminated the bottom 5 drivers to Poppy, Marcus, Honda VTEC, Alfie Wards, who has a qualifying ban, and Real Ashton Army, I believe, has the same out in quali. P15 is Germeister, P17, P14 is Formula 7 Racing, which is Nathan. P13 Ron, P14 Nimblecat, P11 is Mad Riot, P10 Vicious Vicar, P9 is Kevin Gamer, P8 is Shining Swarm, P7 Ace Drift, P6 Slowpoke Gamer, One Kidney Jim, P5, P4 Jennifer Lee, Wobbly Lizard, P3, P2 Lad Krivny, and in P1 is a Giant Stick. The championship hotting up between Slow P Gamer and between a Giant Stick. So who's going to be able to take it today? Would a Giant Stick extend his championship outwards, or will Slowpoke Gamer reel it in during the race, or maybe even in the qualifying session that we have to come? Q2 coming up now. As it seems to be a few drivers not leaving the garage just yet. As there we go. Now the Red Bull Racing driver coming out. As now we'll go on board with some of the other drivers. As Giant Stick is first out. No, it's the Salvers that are first out in P14 and P10. So we'll have a look with them as Mad Riot jumps his dad to get ahead of him in the pit lane. As away they both go now. As everyone just diving out of the pit lane. Gertmeister and Formula 7 Racing staying in the pits for the time being. Not coming out just yet. Maybe waiting for the track evolution to ramp up to maybe save a set of used tyres, but to use the maximum ability of them. This will be interesting to watch and interesting to see them both. As we're heading down now into the final corner with Vicious Vicar as we'll hop on board with Mad Riot now, since they are both neck and neck with one another. As away they go, across the line goes Mad Riot to start his first lap in Q2. And away he goes into turn 1, turn 2, now into turn 3, wrap it round, grab the apex as much as you can. And away they go. It's into turn 4 now with the lovely looking, not Visa, the kick Sauber as we head down now into turn 6. Away they go. Turn 7, absolutely nailing it all now is Vicious Vicar and Mad Riot staying in sync with one another near enough. As this is now something they both get to do with one another. As through the chicane he goes. Great chicane now into the hairpin away as he gets the power down. And is it enough for him to just give his teammate that faint little toe maybe? As away into turn 14 now. Into turn 14, up to turn 15 we go. As into turn 15 now, into turn 16, the chicane. And the exit of final corner. As Mad Row sets a 31-7. Vicious Vicar goes fastest overall. Next across the line is someone who invalidated their lap. A giant stick is next across the line to take provisional Q2. Not provisional pole, I'm being a bit silly there. To take P1 with a 29-7. There's one Kidney Jim. Who's next across the line that's not invalidated their lap? It will be Lad Cravani, who's just gone off track. Have they got wing damage? They have, as they will dive into the pits this lap. They went on the mediums as well. Jennifer Lee, who's next across the line? So it'll be Ron Mexico, 25. As now down we go with Ron, 25. Can he get it sticking? Yes, he can. He goes P4. Just behind the kick salvers. Next across the line is Slopey Gamer with goes P3, but then Ace Drift steals that from him to drop Vicious Vicar and Slopey Gamer down a place. And his next across the line is One Kidney Jim. No, Nimble Cat, sorry. And then Warbelly Lizard takes the lead of qualifying, just ever so slightly though. The 300s in there between them all as Ron Mexico. Jennifer Lee goes up to P4, sorry, as One Kidney Jim getting a nice little tow here off Shining Swarm. But I think backs off on his lap. I'm not too sure. It doesn't seem like he was full powering there. As away he goes, they're both diving into the pits now. As behind them is Shining Swarm, who doesn't continue his lap. Kevin Gamer about to cross the line though to start his first run in qualifying. As now we head away from the pit lane into turn 2. Now turn 3, over and over again. It's around and around we're going. As now we go into turn 4. The camera angle shaky, very shaky. As now turn 6, turn 5 we head into. To then go to turn 6 now. As turn 6 was absolutely nailed. Now into turn 7 with Kevin Gamer. He's gone a little bit wide there, but he's able to make it work. As into turn 8 now. Into turn 9 we go. It's turn 9. Very tricky. So here's turn 9. There you go. Now here's turn 10 and then instantly turn 11 now. We head into turn 12, Little Kink right here, and then turn 13, which is the hairpin that everyone loves. It's the most famous bit about this track, in my opinion. As now we're heading around. Kevin Gamer with a purple sector too. Kevin Gamer absolutely on fire right now. Not like Jos Verstappen in 1995. Anyway, moving on quickly before Jos comes at me. We can see where Kevin Gamer goes through the chicane, gets onto the curb, gets the rotation round, and across the final corner he goes. Can the number 43 driver make it work? Yes, he can. He goes P5. Again, faster than the kick Salbers. Kevin Gamer really showing his pace this week. Whilst we have 7 minutes remaining in qualifying. As we will ride on board, and I believe Ace Drift is not on another lap. That is Lad Clavani, so we'll go on board with them as they start their lap. As now away we go across the line, straight to turn 1. As now here we go. It all starts here. What can Lad Cavani do in turn 3 to now go to turn 4? Away the driver pulls as much as they can into turn 4. Now heading into turn 5. Away they go. Ever so elegant. This is honestly, these cars are just so nice to watch. There's turn 6 there, gone a bit wide, gone to the curb, but they got a purple sector 1. But could that curb be the difference in there? as the McLaren just cracking on now away from all the other drivers. Let's look at this. He's just able to sling it round, go a bit wide there, go next to the wall, and just grab the traction, find the grip. It's intense what these guys do with the limits they push in Tier 4. As Gert Meister has rejoined the session as One Kidney Jim and Shining Swarm and still yet to set a lap. Same with Gert Meister in Formula 7 Racing. Whilst Lad Cravini, seeming to have the crowd cheering him on. As Kevin Gamer says in the chat, how am I cooking? Well, Kevin, you're able to show that pace today. As away they go around the final corner. They're going to go to P8 with a 31.5. As next across the line is going to be the Slowpoke Gamer, who's gone straight on. Wow. I don't think he expected that, but good reaction times from him. Great reaction times, actually, from the driver. Able to avoid it. As now we look at anyone who's ahead, which would be Shining Swarm, who's got a purple sector too. As Slow P Gamer slows down a little bit. As away he goes now into the chicane. What's he able to pull out of it? Is he's not using all the track to his advantage, but he's sending it around the final corner. Away he goes, as he goes P5. As Lad Gravani's finished his lap. Slow P Gamer on a lap already, pushing on. Let's see what he can do. As we look at anyone else who's just coming out of the pit lane. Nathan comes out the pits with 4 minutes left. As now we go with Gerdmeister, who needs to set a lap. This is going to be vital for his Grand Prix start or in qualifying, where he's going to qualify potentially. These laps are going to be ever so dividend. They're going to show dividends, for the drivers. As we look around, as Mad Riot weaving to get some heat into those front lefts. And across the line he goes to begin his final lap in qualifying here. Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. My apologies. As we head on board with Mad Riot. Sorry, everyone. Perfectly nailed it. And he's got 6/10 up already. Just sector 1 alone. So he's on brand new soft tyres. He's putting the pace in. He's showing the drivers what it's going to take to have a little scrap with him. As I think his teammate, who's in P8, might have gone a little bit faster than him in sector 1. Into the hairpin we go now. As the yellow flag, that is for Tapapi, I believe. No, Tapapi's out. Who's that for? That is for Gert Meister, who invalidated his lap, I think. No, he's still pushing on. It's that Slow P Gamer causing a yellow flag. As away they go now. Mad Riot into the final corner of the track, and he crosses the line to go P3. It's Vicious Vicar about to do the same thing now, but only seems to be a 10th improvement. Is that going to be enough? It's going to put him P8. The drop zone, P10. The cut-off point would probably be a 1:31.5, from what I can see, or assume from here. So the drivers at the back need to find a second to improve. Nathan coming around the final corner now. Across the line, he goes P11. He's in the drop zone and his qualifying might be over. Unless he's able to get around and do another lap. But now, One Kidney Jim right behind him. Nathan realises that and says, alright, I'll let you pass, my apologies. As away goes One Kidney Jim. Across the line next, it's going to be Gertmeister. Is he able to get out of to get into Q3? No, he's not. He's out of qualifying as well. He's got some spare laps of fuel in. Is he going to be able to maybe just make it work? If he can recharge the battery a bit. as Ron Mexico. No, it's not. That is Slopey Gamer next across the line. Slopey Gamer goes into the pits. As next across the line is a Williams of Kevin Gamer, who starts his lap now. As next across the line will be Ron Mexico, who's 1.2 up on his time. Is this maybe the cut-off point? As I did say, it'll be a 1.5, a 1.315. But is this going to be showing dividends now? Across the line, Ron goes. He goes P9 as Formula 7 Racing retires. As I think Nathan just... Has Nathan put it into the wall there? There's one Kidney Jim anyway. Pushes on there. With his car. Madrat retires into the pit lane. Vicious Vicky, I would assume, would do the same thing. One Kidney Jim. He's close to all the other drivers. He's got to get out of qualifying to get into Q3. Is he going to find it now? Is he going to take provisional? He goes P7. That's dropped Lad Cavani and Kevin down. Kevin needs to find all the time now. This is going to be very intense. The battle to get into the next qualifying session here is going to be intense. As now the drop the cut-off points changed to a 138 now. From what we can see here, is Vicious Vicar might be in a little bit of risk as we've got two people you've invalidated, you're out. Same with Gertmeister, who cuts the track to get back into the pits. Nimble Cat is out in qualifying, and that is everyone over and done with. Kevin Gamer, though, may be able to just get out of qualifying. No, doesn't he? Boxes. He goes into the pits, and that is qualifying over and done with there. Very interesting from all the drivers there. Very interesting. Now look around. As Kevin Gamer reports on the radio that he was losing time, which is why he retired. He went into the pits. As One Kinney Jim and Lord Cravani cycle their way around the track to eventually get into the pit lane or continue to take the checkered flag in Q2. As away they all go now. P7 is One Kidney Jim. He's going to be very happy with himself. He's going to be ecstatic. As look at the difference between Kevin Gamer and Ron there. I've just looked at it. There is a 200th difference there between one another. Wow. That is ever so tight between them all. As everyone returns to the pit lane now, as we will see who is going to take it on pole position for Q3 and who will win the lovely trophy, the lovely soft tyre. Away we go to the finishing results as we have lost now. We lose Nimble Cat, Formula 7 Racing, Gertmeister, Landro Cardani, Kevin Gamer, Ron Mexico P10, Vicious Vicar P9, P8 is Shining Swarm. This is his third appearance, in Q3 throughout this season. P7 is One Kidney Jim, P6 is Jennifer Lee, P5 H Drift, P4 Slowpoke Gamer, P3 Mad Riot, P2 Giant Stick, and P1 is Wobbly Lizard with a 29.765. Oh my lord. Ah, hay fever. Seems to be a bit of a smuggy day outside, chat. A muggy day indeed. As we head now into qualifying, the final session we have for the drivers, and I feel like the Williams might instantaneously leave the pit lane here. As now qualifying 3 begins. A giant stick first out on track to then have his teammate follow in pursuit in a few moments' time. As I would presume, everyone is on old tyres. As it looks like everyone's on new from the look of it. As away we go now with a giant stick down into turn 1 we go. Straight across, grabs the apex ever so nicely there as we get around turn 3. Super clean and quick there. No problem whatsoever through turn 3. Now to turn 4, doesn't seem to be struggling whatsoever. Does the Oracle Red Bull Racing driver. As now away it goes. Was that a bit of rain on track I just saw maybe? Or was that the lighting? I believe it was the lighting, maybe. As we look around the track now, well, how much time can a giant stick get, and how much time can he find for his qualifying lap? Sorry about that. My mother was requiring me for something on my phone. As he takes the purple sector 2 now through turn 14 as we head down into turn 15 now. DRS activated. Yellow flag for slow P gamer there. As away we go now with a giant stick through the chicane. Gets it out nice and neatly. And away he does. As he crosses the line to set at 130.5. Next across the line is One Kidney Jib. He's putting on the pace and showing us what he can do as well. Sorry about that. Jennifer Lee. Vicious Vicar goes P2 and P4. Next across the line is going to be Mad Riot. Sorry about that, everyone. As now 6 minutes remain of qualifying. Shining Swarms on his lap. We try and put one in. Wobbly Lizard is also on a lap, but he invalidated his lap. As on Mexico trying to push on. As I think a Giant Stick tried to do another lap on those softs. As Ace Drift goes P2 with a 30.1. As away we all run now. As Slopey Gamer takes provisional pole position at the Singapore Grand Prix so far. As a Wobbly Lizard comes into the pits, Ron Mexico coming out of the pits. As a Shining Swarm now needs to bash away this lap time. What can he do? Is he going to box? He stays out. And away he goes, lifting on the battery, putting it to the ground. And he goes P6 at the moment. As Wobbly Lizard goes on another qualifying run here with that those same set of tyres. But I think this might be his last lap in qualifying, as he'd have to do another lap around the track to get back into the pit lane. As through the hairpin he goes now, and he's invalidated his lap time. Wow, very intense between all the drivers here. There's a bit of Slopey Gamer. We're running out of fuel here. As away, everyone seems to just be chilling out at the moment. As Shining Swarm into Q3, having a blast over the sim in Q3 as well. Dropping a stinker right now. Well, he needs to pick up the pace bar. As everyone going out for the final runs in qualifying now. As away we go now. The qualifying begins. The final showdown of what we can expect. What's the starting grid going to be? What's it all going to look like? As with Wobbly Lizard now with 5 laps of fuel in the car. It's just a reminder to Wobbly Lizard, if he's in AI, you cannot be in AI during any session of racing. There we go. As a Giant Stick starts his flying lap, so does One Kidney Jim. Right behind him is Shining Swarm. Come out quite late at Shining Swarm as we head into turn 6 now with the Alpine driver in that Renault Alpine. Turn 7, and now into turn 8 we go. Just flip it round as much as you can. As I think Ron Mexico has finished his session. I think that's him over and done with now. As you head back up to Giant Stick, as on an outlap as well, is here we go again into turn turn 9, heading into turn 10. Here's turn 9, there's turn 10. Bingo, bango, boom. Turn 11, boom. Now a little kink right here, which is turn 12, and now turn 13, which is the hairpin corner. I think One Kidney Jim has backed off on his lap. Yes, he has. Maybe hopefully to recharge. As away we go. Ace Claret. Ace Drift, sorry, on a lap as well. There. Is Jenith Lee as well on a lap, but Shining Swarm invalidated his out lap, but is about to go racing again for his final lap of qualifying. Qualifying as a Giant Stick takes provisional pole position. As Ace Drift currently 3/10 up in sector 1. Same with Jennifer Lee, finding time always. As that is the Alpine of One Kidney Jim pushing now on his lap, not with max battery, but with as much as he can. Ron Mexico boxes, he's done his qualifying, he's over and done with. As Mad Riot and Vicious Vicar finished their lap. Mad Riot about to end his, sorry. As now Jesus Christ, can't talk. As Mad Riot's finished his lap, so has Vicious Vicar, who seems to currently be 9/10 up on his lap time. I don't think he's on a push lap. I don't think he is, but he could be for all I know. As Wobbly Lizard takes P2, and Ron Mexico's done. Same with Jennifer Lee. Ace Drift goes straight up to P2. Don't know why I'm saying Ace Claret. It might be reading the Twitch chat, throwing me off. As Slow P Gamer takes P4. Vicious Vicar will stay P5. Same with Mad Riot at P6. Unless One Kidney Jim maybe making a bit of an improvement here. He's on a 130.5. As now the driver is able to make some ground, make some changes up here to the potential grid order. As through the chicane they go, into the box goes the other few drivers, and now around the final corner goes One Kidney Jim to take P8 with a 2/10 improvement. That, sorry, is qualifying over and done with. So yeah, that was a great qualifying session from everyone. Giant Stick is on fire. Indeed he is. He's showing the pace. It's a 4/10 gap between all the drivers here so far today. As we have different teams in the top 10 as well today. As starting on pole is going to be Giant Stick. P2 is Ace Drift. P3 Wobbly Lizard. P4 Slow P Gamer. P5 Vicious Vicar. P6 is Mad Riot. So then P7 is Jennifer Lee. P8 is One Kidney Jim. And now Shining Swarm P9 and Ron Mexico 25 in P10. This is going to be a great Grand Prix to watch. So stay tuned, everyone, as we get ready for the 5 red lights. As just a reminder to anyone also watching that is in Tier 4 right now, do not ready up instantaneously. Wait for Nathan to put out a ping when to ready up. So be sure to wait for Nathan to put a ping out for when to ready up, everyone, as this is when it all matters. Mad Riot, everyone. It'll be Mad Riot. When Mad Riot readies up, that's when everyone else can ready up. So please be patient. It is an intermediate condition race. This ought to be interesting. I did not see this one coming at all. Wow. So, 20 drivers on the grid in a wet track. We're also here, exclamation mark Discord if any of you are new to the stream and you want to join in with the fun. Join us on Discord. We're racing later on today at 7 p.m. with the commentator and the owner of Formula 7 Racing, F7R, Nathan, who is also racing Tier 4 currently. And then on Wednesday we have Realistic, which is where teams have all their budgets and who can sign the best driver in the fastest or slowest machinery. So then later on we have LMU as well every Friday, every fortnight. Sorry, so that is every 2 weeks we have LMU, and then ACC a Monday or a Tuesday again every fortnight. So tune in for all of them. Can't wait to see you all in there. So let's get ready to go racing again. As we're on the grid, as the formation lap is green. As we will turn on this. What tyres everyone on? Everyone's on the intermediate tyre. As we wait. So, who is going to maybe try and make a zero-stop race? Real Aston Army at the back of the grid. Same with Alfie, Honda VTEC, and the Aston Martin. Marcus. Ew, bit of contact, I think that was. That might be a reset for Tispapi and Marcus there. Unless he might have gotten away with that. As we just have a quick little cheeky gander through the grid order now. As all the drivers trying to warm up these tyres. As through the hairpin we go, a massive gap's been formed with Kevin Gamer here. As the gap's now closing down a bit. No, sorry, it's one Kidney Jim that's got a bit of a nice 3-second gap, I would presume that is. Maybe a 2.5. Everyone very close as we're forming up on the starting grid now for the 5 red lights at Singapore. Gutmice is being disqualified for improper car location, same with Kevin Gamer. And Shining Swarm as well. As Poppy has as well. But get ready for the 5 red lights. As it is time to go racing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready for the 5th because it's green. It's lights out and away we go. In Tier 4. As a giant stick heading down now into turn 1. Ace Drift on the inside has Slopey Gamer. Slopey Gamer stays there. Ace Drift's gone off track. As we move down the grid order quickly. As Mad Right's trying to make a move on Vicious Vicar. Sorry, he's trying to make a move on his son there. As he gets it done and says, see you later, son. You're in my dust now, pal. As he's trying to make it stick. A lot of contact as well a bit there, I think, from the bottom few drivers. Marcus making a move up on Nimblecat already. As we head down the grid. Formula 7 Racing up into P17. Nimblecat Marcus fired it out. What's now? Marcus has to go down the inside. Oh, he's 2 for 1 here. 2 for 1 sale on overtakes, but he doesn't make it stick. Quite impressive if he made that stick on his debut. Oh, bit of contact. He's got front wing damage. As Marcus, and there's yellow flag. That seems to be contact with Poppy and Ashton Army, I would just presume there. As the yellow flag is now green to go racing again in Sector 1. As through the chicane we go. It's a bit of light drizzle. Drivers sliding all over the place, slinging the car into the hairpin here, as it's a bit rough on the exit for some of the drivers. As the Haas there, Alfie Wards was made up with some nice positions at the start here. As it sounds to be a bit of contact at the back. As we all zoom past Marcus and Formula 7 Racing go at it again. Ooh, Nathan trying to make the move stick, and he does. He gets past him and says, "See you later, pal, this is mine." As this is very impressive. Is Marcus going to come back at him again? No, he's not. Now, it might be a one-stop, it might be a two-stop, but look how late on the brakes Marcus has gone. The giant stick, 2-second gap already between Ace Drift and a Slow P Gamer. I'm going to assume they've both been battling it out the entire time. As now here they all go. Away we go again now. The fighting has slowed down a bit, but it's at the moment Nathan and Gertmeister who's within 1/10 of another, as we get Gertmeister back in real quickly. As he's there we go again to go racing now between all the drivers, as Slopey Gamer might be getting a bit frustrated now knowing that the championship leader is getting away here. But Ace J, oh, it's contact with a wall for Slopey Gamer. He is struggling in the wet conditions here. Marcus and Real Ashton Ollers contact with Tapapi there. Into the wall he's gone, I think. Yes, he has. He's gone straight on, maybe to take avoiding action. As now Marcus up to P17. As away everything goes. It's Jennifer Lee right behind One Kidney Jim, maybe thinking, "Oh, hello, how are you? Let's try maybe go for a move when I can." As we're heading around the grid again now. As is that, One Kidney Jim maybe trying to make a move upon Vicious Victor's Mad Right. There's the yellow flag. That is to Poppy. And he's put it into the wall, middle of the track as well. As he sounds to be a little bit frustrated there. As it's green again to go racing in those sectors. One Kidney Jim looking around, maybe trying to make a move on one another. As now Marcus and Ashton Army have a little scrap of their own, but look at this, Alfie Wards and Kevin Gamer. Kevin Gamer did very well in qualifying, got into Q2 I believe, maybe in Q3. As now we pull away from the top drivers. As look now, Ace Drift has managed to gap Slow P Gamer by 1 second now. So that would mean if it does turn dry, be no DRS for him. As we might have a dry track running soon. As Tapapi is now 22 seconds behind and into the pits for a brand new front wing. As F7R Formula 7 Racing maybe trying to defend from Gertmeister's AI, I think. As Gertmeister back in here. As now away they all go. As a giant stick just trying to pull out away here from Ace Drift, which he's gained 1.1 seconds now. As away they go. Into this now. They go again through the final sector of Sector 3, Sector 2 into Sector 3. The final few moments of lap 3. As we have a look now. Mad Riot, Vicious Vicar swapped places at the start. Vicious Vicar went, "Oh, I could maybe make a move here," and he did. But now, right behind him on the gearbox is One Kidney Jim. As the track does seem to be getting drier as we look right on board. As One Kidney Jim's gone off. That's surely going to struggle now for One Kidney Jim as we head up the grid. Oh no, head down the grid order, sorry. Maybe to go up. As their little battle between Kevin Gamer and Alfie Wards. Oh, bit of contact I think there. Kevin Gamer at the back, and Alfie Wards is trying to maybe say, "Hang on here, I want to make a move." As away we all go again. Gertmeister back into the session, I believe. As we ride on board him just for a little bit. As behind him is Marcus, who is gaining rapidly. And that battery ever so much getting closer to him. Battery depleted, real Aston Army struggling to make some moves up as well. He's trying to get some heat into those tyres, I think. Maybe struggling for some tyre temps there. His rears are on 101 degrees as the rear left. So, right now, is the track dry enough for dry tyres? Is anyone going to maybe think, oh, we might be able to box? It's dry. We have drag reduction system enabled. DRS is now open for Slow P Gamer. Slow P Gamer is going to maybe look at the move as Ace Drift loses the rear end of it in the braking zone. As he has to try and pull away. Now, Wobbly Lizard's got DRS as well. So it has Mad Riot and 150 Jim. 150 Jim doesn't have DRS. Yeah, that is some front wing there on track as we look on board there. Yeah, someone's got front wing damage. And that looked like a bit of Aston Martin damage. So we'll have a look. Was that Aston Martin damage or was that McLaren front wing? I've already sent him an invite, but I'll send Gertmeister another one. As who has that front wing damage? Ferrari. It's the Ferrari front wing there. There's Nathan. He's taking the call for it. He did 27 laps on the hard tyre earlier on, and he might be doing another 20. Might be doing 26 today. As it looks to be a dry track at the moment, so I think we might be seeing a lot of people boxing. It is dry. It's as dry as can be. It's as dry as someone's DMs. I'm not going to name who, but he's known in F7R. Away they all go. Now, Giant Stick 7.5. Wobbly Lizard 5 tenths behind the Ace Drift. Ace Drift's gone wide and he loses out. But Ace Drift looking at maybe making a move back. He hasn't got DRS, but he's got ERS to play with. Is this maybe going to be his time to shine? No, it's not. As he slides into turn 14 there. As a Giant Stick has a nice pit window here. He's got 8-second gap. He could box. Is he going to stay out? He does. He goes into the pit. Says to Poppy. He boxes this lap as well. So that might mess up Gertmeister if Gertmeister wants to box it as well. As we'll see what everyone else is doing. Slow P Gamer going to go longer on these tyres. But we can already see the rear left, the rear right on 101 degrees already. Vicious Vicar stays out for his teammate. Is this the call that Ferrari wanted to be made at all today? Or are they all staying out? As that right there is Aston Army, who doesn't box, but rather stays out. Formula 7 Racing might have lost out there. But look at this. Right now, Nathan doesn't seem to be having any issues. So, Nathan did 27 laps on the hard tyre when he boxed lap 4 in Tier 3 earlier. So I think Nathan knows he can comfortably make some moves up here. As into turn 1, Nathan goes, look at this, he's able to just catch out 3 drivers, that box. But his hards are going to need to warm up a little bit. As onto the power, he's short shifted to get some traction. As away they all go. As now Vicious Vicar is 1 second behind. Kevin Gamer with a 3-second time, but needs track limit violations. As away they all flood through the track. Nimblecat didn't box either. Marcus stayed out as well. A Giant Stick right now being held up a bit by Marcus. He's on intermediates. Look at this. He's getting frustrated. And that's allowing the real Aston Army, who's also on intermediates, to come and catch him as well. As look at this now. Marcus, I don't think he's going out without a fight. No, he's not. He's giving it his all. He's going to hold the inside line. Defending like a lion. Cuts the track, goes wide. But he's going to get the switchback. A Giant Stick gets it on the rear. DRS activated for him. And it says, see you later, bit of contact. Marcus trying to maybe force him towards the wall. As Alfie Woods takes a 3-second time penalty. Slowpoke Gamer and Vicious Vicar box. Nimblecat going to be next in as well. As cut the pit lane line as well a little bit. As into the pits goes everyone. So we'll have a look now. People on the medium tyres. Nathan, he's already knowing what he's doing. He's going to go 26 laps on the hard tyre. like he did earlier on. As Real Ashton Army stayed out because his teammate boxed. As Jennifer Lee, you can see the grip slowly settling in. It's a 40 is the fastest lap, but that don't seem right. As we look around now, here we all go. Gertmeister and Nimblecat battling it out of the pit lane now. As Marcus on the hard tyre, struggling as here comes Kevin Gamer to maybe say, hello buddy, let's have a go. See what we can do. Kevin Gamer's got DRS, he's got the drag reduction system enabled, and boom, it goes open. Is Marcus going to fight his teammate on this one or not? It looks like he might. Down the inside, Kevin Gamer had a look, but he didn't do it. Marcus has gone wide, off track he goes. Kevin Gamer maybe looking for a move down the inside. No, he waits it out, plays it smart, seeing what moves awaken. Kevin Gamer, we're having quite a few looks here, Kevin Gamer is, as Marcus has got front wing damage. Is Kevin Gamer going to send it into the corner? Is he had a look? He is having a look. Kevin Gamer really wants to make some moves here, but at the moment I don't think he can. Oh, there's contact into the wall. Kevin Gamer maybe got a bit of front wing damage there from that. No, not that we can see. He might have damage that is invisible. Ace Drift and Wobbly Lizard's got a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. As we'll go up to the grid, as that is someone in the wall. That's Nimblecat. He's come back onto the track. As here we go now between everyone boxing. And who's going to take it? Oh, we got a battle already. Into turn 1 we go. Is he going to be left the space on the outside? They've been pushed off track. Half a car's whip is the word there. And I don't think Vicious Vicar heard it. As away we go. Kevin Gamer and Marcus fight it out. Kevin Gamer's got no battery left. Marcus, on the other hand, has got quite a bit. As Formula 7 racing up into P13. As Wobbly Lizard's going to chase down now a giant stick. This is now very close between them all, as you just see them all sliding through. One Kidney Jim knows he's not going to make it to the end, so he chose the medium compound to go on to. Same with Mad Right. No, it's the same with Mad Right. Same with the McLaren. As a few other drivers have stayed out. So, One Kidney Jim and Ace Drift, the only ones currently on the medium tyre, I believe. Oh, they are, yeah. Lord Cavani, the McLaren, and both McLarens are on mediums. And the one Alpine is on the medium tyre as well. As now they're ahead, the 7-second gap formed by a giant stick, and he takes it as much as he can. Oh, there's Wobbly Lizard loses out there. No, he doesn't. Ace Drift loses out. As One Kidney Jim passes him and says, see you later, pal, that's mine. As Jennifer Lee and Vicious Vicar, as Mad Right, sorry. Trying to make some moves on Jennifer Lee in the kick saddleback. Slopey Gamer might have left out a little bit here. Ace Drift has left the session. Have we got Ace Drift added? We'll have a quick look. We don't have him added, so he's out of the session for now, so we'll have to get him back in. As now that's going to leave him into the clutches of Jennifer Lee and Mad Riot. Might I add, One Kidney Jim, even though he's on medium, and the hard tyre is a much better race tyre in my opinion. Welcome back, Ace Drift, to the lobby. I might add, Wobbly Lizard has pace, but at the moment, Ace Drift's AI doing an absolute shift as he got the car control, the car back, the wheel wobbling all as he loses out there. I'm sorry, might I add, One Kidney Jim and one Wobbly Lizard. Wobbly Lizard is a tier 3 driver, trialling in tier 4 at the moment. He's at the top. And he's not fighting for a championship, might I add, but he's took the fastest lap by 2 seconds. But at the moment, One Kidney Jim steals it off him, actually, sorry. Might I add, just insane pace here that he has, One Kidney Jim, against a tier 3. So, Nathan, who's in, what, P13, who is, if you look at the timesheets here, they're close to one another in quality, to an extent, might add, to an extent. But race pace, One Kidney Jim, granted he's on the medium tyre, which is a lot better tyre grip, is able to battle with a tier 3 driver here. So if you compare that with Nathan in P13, it's not far off in quality pace. We've seen One Kidney Jim and Nathan battle it out in quality. I think it was on F124 we saw that. But now on F125, if you look at the times, they're not that far apart from one another. But I think it's just race pace. Nathan has got great quality pace, do not get me wrong. He does, he has an amazing race pace. But I think the one thing that lets him down is his race pace. But either way, at the moment, Nathan is scoring some good points so far. We've had no retirements yet, as of yet. But at the moment, Nathan is putting in a shift, by boxing a lap early. And he did undercut quite a few drivers he was behind. So he went from, what, P19 here to P13. So that's quite impressive to witness. As Mad Ryan and Jennifer Lee still going at it within that 1 second gap to get the drag reduction system as both McLarens are with one another. So are they going to battle it out together though? As we look around, is he maybe trying to make something happen here? No, he's not. Oh, and he's round! Near enough half spin, but he saves it. As now, Slopey Gamer boxes in behind him and says, "Ooh, I've got some DRS against you. I'll see you in a little bit." And on the exit, he goes, "See you later." As now, it wasn't a commentary curse because I wasn't saying anything great about him. As away we go now. With Slopey Gamer, who's got to make up a lot of ground. Started P4 and is now in P8. He's lost out quite a bit. As One Kidney Jim just pulling along Bobby Lizard, but not seemingly to catch a giant stick who seems to be near enough 10 seconds ahead. So if he wants to box again, he could, realistically, as those mediums are going to drop off pretty soon. As a Wobbly Lizard, he's looking to try and maybe make some ground up here, but I don't think he can find it. So if the giant stick wants to, he could realistically preserve those tyres, start tyre management, and maybe just go to the end on them. He could do it. Realistically, it's possible. We saw Nathan do it in Tier 3. He boxed on lap 4, and he took the hard tyres 27 laps, which is absolutely insane. As Kevin Gamer and Marcus go at it again round the outside. Kevin Gamer's going to go for the move, and he says, "See you later, Marcus, that's mine." As Kevin Gamer fighting his teammate once again. Round the outside. Oh, Marcus has gone off track, but he keeps it on. Onto the curb he goes, which has lost him out a second. And Gertmeister and Kevin Gamer battle it out now. There's a bit of a track limit, maybe infringement for Kevin Gamer. But now, One Kidney Jim has cracked out 6 tenths here so far on everyone else. So this seems to be maybe a bit of an interesting one. As he gets past a drift now. Through the chicane we go now, and away we go. As now we head back around. Look at this now, it's a battle for P2. But at the moment, I don't think Kidney Jim's actually maybe defending. I think he's just got pure race pace here to just stay ahead. As Wobbly Lizard's going to go around the outside, maybe make it stick. Can he get it done? No, he can't. He's still behind. As Slow Pete Gamer, another 3-second time penalty. But very early on the race this time. We saw it happen last week where he got a late 3-second penalty near the end of the Grand Prix. And we saw it at Monza at the last lap. Which then he made a mistake, went off, and then allowed a giant stick to take the victory as well. As now away they go again with DRS. As Gertmeister and Marcus have a little bit of a fight. A real Ashton Army's had a party invite to join the battle. There's a Nimble Cat as well. He's in the party as well. He's just waiting for the move to be made. Box very late, I think. And I don't think that worked out for him because it hasn't worked for real Ashton Army. Tried to go along there. I think he got a track limit warning for that one there. He went out bitten off. As they all went an extra lap longer to let their teammates box to then it not work out. But I think Nimble Cat just didn't box as one Kidney Jim did box beforehand, but I think Nimblecat just stayed out an extra 2 laps, I think. To maybe say, oh, these tyres aren't going to make it, I'll make them make it. Marcus is into the wall. Through he goes now. We're looking around as one Kidney Jim is taking some time out of a giant stick. So maybe putting a bit of pressure on a giant stick to maybe pick up the pace a little bit. But still, that 8-second gap isn't going to turn into much. As away the drivers go again now around the streets of Singapore. Actually, I think it's an airport, I'm pretty sure. The airport of Singapore. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully. As we move on now. These two still going at it again. One Kidney Jim's lost 3/10 this lap to a giant stick, but he's ever so slightly gaining on the medium tyres. Have they worn off? Are they no longer in their safety comfort window? As Jennifer Lee looking at it. Gertmeister and Kevin Gamer go at it. Gertmeister's gone off. Kevin Gamer's gone off track. Look, Kevin Gamer's going to go around the outside and make a move. As the head he is now. As right now they're side by side. Kevin Gamer backs out a bit. And I don't think either of them got DRS. Yes, they did. Gertmeister got DRS. Right behind him is Nimblecat. Nimblecat, they're going to be jumping for joy after that move and into the brakies. Oh, very close there in the brakies. Oh, Kevin Gamer had a bit of a slide on the exit, which is going to allow real Ashton Army to pull himself closer into this little battle. As Mad Riot trying to make some ground up, but he doesn't seem to be able to pull anything. It was Jennifer Lee able to pull a mighty one so far. That's a yellow flag on track. That is for Poppy, who's had a bit of an incident. Yeah, he's behind now. The Grand Prix leader, so he's a lap down all of a sudden. As away they all go again now. And now this time it's a three-way battle, for P2. Let's see what they can all do at the moment now. Are they going to be able to maybe make some moves, maybe stick it around the outside? That's a yellow flag. That is for that Slopey Gamer, who's had, I think, a bit of contact with the wall there. Yeah, they have. They're missing an end plate. They've had some contact with the wall. As away goes a giant stick again. Probably Lizard. There's another yellow flag. That is Slopey Gamer again. Just, I think he let Nathan by or went a bit wide on the corner. As away all the drivers go again now. So, let's have a look. Slopey Gamer just cutting the track. 10-second time penalty. I think he's had enough. That is, I believe, considered track limit abuse. Maybe to just try and catch Nathan, I would assume, so he doesn't lose out more. But I think he's had enough, and I think that's his race over and done with now. As Poppy retires into the pit lane. And there, yellow flag. Yellow flag is Lad has spun it. As they have to wait again. Yellow flag. Let's see who's coming through the chicane now. That is Formula 7. Nathan going to be able to make a move. And he says, see you later, pal, that's mine. So he's up into P10 now. H Drift boxes onto another set. Onto a set hard. Kevin Gamer with another 3 3-second time penalty. As now, at the moment, the risk is to Poppy's AI. Slopey Gamer retires into the pits and says, I've had enough, that's done. As B10 now is Formula 7 racing, he's going to be happy with that. As he's going to have to conserve fuel pretty soon. As it looks like he's got 15 laps to go, which will lead him to lap 32. But if he's burning too much, he might have a bit of spot of bother. Might Nathan do? As away we pull again now, with everyone racing again. So it's closer again between Kevin and Ace Drift. There's Ace Drift. I think they've just let him pass. Yeah, they are. They've just letting them pass. So a bit of easy racing, I would presume, for the McLaren there. It's one kidney Jim not really catching up here to the man ahead. Maybe making a few mistakes here. He's still faster, but he's not making much ground up at the moment. As away we go again now with the racing. There's a yellow flag. That is a virtual safety car. He is out. And I think that is someone in the walls. Where would they be? Who's missing a front wing? Is the easiest way for us to find it. As Formula 7 racing boxes. Is Nathan going to go on to another set of hard tyres? Yes, he is. So Nathan back into the Grand Prix. Number 2. Able to race. As he might come out ahead of Ace Drift here. He's going to come out ahead of a few of the drivers. As Nathan comes out ahead of Marcus. As we're about to go racing again. A green flag in a moment. One Kidney Jim has lost 4 seconds under this VSC. To now 5. He's losing a lot of time here. Maybe, have we got a bit of an issue back here? Then look at drive-through penalty. We have got penalties. Drive-through penalty for Vicious Vicar as well. Not what they're going to be wanting today at all. As One Kidney Jim gains back those 30 seconds on the restart. On the VTEC 10 second time for crossing the pit exit. So now, Formula 7 back into the Grand Prix here with brand new hard tyres. So, what is going to happen now? This could go anyone's way at the moment. Now that I see it, this is impressive for everyone. As the top 3 box, Vicious Vicar serves the drive-through penalty, so he goes straight past his teammate. His teammate going to come out ahead of him, maybe? No, they come out behind, so they've all boxed for the brand new hards. Was a giant stick is going to stay out now, as that has actually helped him out much more than a lot of the drivers might be thinking. As we look around again, it's a test between these two. Wobbly Lizard, as also One Kidney Jim did choose the box as well. They're very happy to get off those tyres. As it's very close between them all now. Let's change this. Ooh, the Haas is up into 3 and 4th here. As the Delta seems to be having a bit of an issue, I would presume, but it gave back the time shortly after. As they crack on again now to some of the drivers. As we look for a bit of racing action here. Who is the closest battle on track? That would be Nimblecat and Gertmeister. So we'll have a look at this, what they're doing right now for the time being. As Nimblecat struggling, I'd assume. Here is Alfie Ward's boxed onto new tyres. What tyres is Alfie Ward's going on to? A Shining Swan up into P4. going to go onto a set of mediums, I think that is. Yes, it is some mediums. The yellow branded tyre has now won Kidney Jim back up in the grid order again, showing his excellent pace today and showing what he can really do with when he gets a good race setup and car. As Ace Drift overtakes Alfie Wards as well, as Vicious Vicar boxes as well. So maybe just try and make up some ground upon his rivals there. As away we go, Marcus overtakes. Who did Marcus overtake? I swear I saw his name go up by one place. As Nathan, Formula 7 Racing, chasing down Ashton Army, who is 8 seconds behind the drivers ahead, but still, he's trying to make some moves up now. So, who is going to be able to maybe take it? Who's going to be able to maybe lose it? It's all to play for today. Anyone can have it. As Nathan's super close behind, he's roaring to go racing. He's enjoyed this race so far, I presume, as after today's few races he's had, hasn't had the greatest of finishes. But now, knowing that he's back into a Grand Prix, to maybe make some ground up, I think he'd be very, very excited with this. Would Nathan be? So, as we now look around for some more entertainment, as One Kidney Jim makes the move up on Shining Swarm as he goes into the pits as the fastest driver on track at the moment. As we just also noticed that the track is honing in on grip as well, so he's able to make some more ground up on everyone else at the moment with the fresher tyres. Is this maybe something he thought through when bolting onto new hards? Is now Formula 7 Racing about to overtake his teammate on the exit of the pits, and he doesn't do it. But it's close here. Sorry, we'll get to this action real quick. As look at the squabble of cars here now behind everyone. It's 4-car way battle right now for P10. As Nathan and Shining Swarm might have a bit of a fight on their hands here. Is Shining Swarm going to let Nathan by for the time being on fresher tyres? Or is that Nathan maybe just going to say, I'll sit behind you and I'll follow you for the rest of the race as we have 11 laps to go? So this is getting intense for the drivers now, I presume. Let's see what they can all do. As again, we'll stay on board with Nathan and Shining Swarm at the moment. We'll wait it out to see what maybe we could do. As Nathan drops down, near enough 2 seconds a lap already against his teammate. So his teammate faster than him through the corners already on the newer tyres. Even though Nathan's tyres aren't that old, it's showing that like the newest set of tyres are faster regardless this game. So that is pretty interesting to be seeing here. As we will look at this now. Away we go. As a giant stick, just seeing what he can do so far, as Wobbly Lizard and Jennifer staying in a nice place. One Kidney Jim, he's got new tyres and 10 laps to go. Can he do it? Yes or no? I reckon he might be able to pull something here. But I would say it might be a very close one between all the drivers. So, what can Nathan and everyone else pull out here? Is it going to be enough for them all to take it away and take the victory? Not Nathan, sorry. A giant stick. Is it going to be enough for him to take the victory? It's Wobbly Lizard going into the pits, same as them. So now, a One Kidney Jim has got a free gap between them. They've seen how much he was gaining on them, and he's basically just said, I've got a free pit stop now. Thank you very much, pal. As this is going to be intense now for the drivers behind. As One Kidney Jim just pulled a 10-second Hang on, has one kidney Jim just pulled a 15-second gap to everyone else behind? We'll have a quick look. So this is between one another. Oh, that's the wrong one. As it's now 30 seconds for Mad Riot. So we do 24. 24 take away 37. That's 13. So it's an 11-second gap, and it's an 11-second gap, and a flipping what's it called gap as well. 11-second gap and 13-second gap between them. So Janaldi, no, sorry, One Kidney Jim has pulled out a masterclass here in Singapore. And that is going to be insane as the closest battle is with Kevin Gamer and Real Ashton Army on track at the moment. So we'll have a bit of a gander, I would presume, at what they are both doing with one another on track. As Kevin Gamer battling it out, Alfie boards. Ooh, someone making some moves. Ace Drift making a move. Is this going to be close now? How close can it get till the end of the Grand Prix? 8 laps remain. Let's see what everyone can do. We'll have a nice little look between everyone here. As Jennifer Lee, 3 tenths behind Ace Drift. The battle continues now between both of the drivers. As Gertmeister has just left the session, so we'll get him back in. Let's look at this now. That's 5 seconds One Kidney Jim has gained on fresh hard tyres. As we go through now turn 14, through 14 as we head into 15, as that is now 6 seconds gained so far. Ugh, can't breathe. As One Kidney Jim closing in as Ron Mexico trying to fight it out with Lad, and Lad cedes place by going wide. It says, see you later, pal, you can have it. Wonderful racing in Tier 4 so far, wonderful. One Kidney Jim just took the fastest lap again. As we have Kevin Gamer and Real Ashton Army fighting it out as well on track. See what them guys are up to as well. As Real Ashton Army gets a 3-second time penalty. As away the drivers go, once again, more battling, more squabbling between everyone again. So what are they all going to be able to do with each other? As Marcus and Kevin, no, Marcus and Real Ashton Army swap places and says, see you later, pal, that's mine. Kevin Gamer all over the back of his teammate at the moment, gearbox right there. As into the braking turn they go, Kevin Gamer right behind his teammate now, and in through turn 7 they go. But again, One Kidney Jim on a rampage of a lap here, chasing down a giant stick. A giant stick, realistically, could have boxed, but he chose not to at the moment. And I don't know I'm not quite sure why he chose not to box. Is he maybe waiting for a safety car here? This sort of way, hang on, if I play my cards right, I can get a safety car, which would then potentially benefit me more. There's one Kenny Jim just chipping away. As Kevin Gamer and Marcus go at it. Oh, it's contact with them. As Kevin Gamer's through. Kevin Gamer has a bit of contact again on the exit. As, oh, wow. Marcus and Kevin Gamer going at it. Wow. Kevin Gamer into the wall. As Kevin Gamer just rolling now. Maybe in a bit of shock from that. Marcus has a bit of damage, and I think Gertmeister boxes. Yes, he does. And Kevin Gamer not going to be very happy with that. And into the pits he goes. Weaving to show his aggression and how annoyed he is. I think that's his race done with now. As that will drop him to the back of the grid. Yeah, Kevin Gamer retires into the pit lane. Leaves the session as a giant stick and one kidney Jim. Still, one kidney Jim cracking out. I believe it's a second a lap, second and a half here per lap. So this right now could technically go straight to the wire between the two drivers. As away it goes again now. The way we see it, the way we feel it. One Kinney Jim chasing down a giant stick to just see what happens. As away they go. The wall was shown to Kevin, is what he says on the radio. And Nathan with a 3-second time penalty, who's currently up into P9 so far. So I think Nathan is having a bit of a blast here today in Tier 4. He's able to have a nice race. He's not had any problems. He's able to just sit back, chillax with the wheel and send it where he can. As there's a yellow flag here, as that is to pop. No, that's a V-cop. What's that? Gertmeister. Someone calls the yellow flag just. I don't know who it is. As right behind them is Honda VTEC, who is being lapped and missing front wing. So I would presume it was him that had a bit of contact with the wall. Away we go. Gertmeister picks up a 3-second time penalty. As I don't think, guys, that I don't think everyone, one Guinea Jim is going to catch up to a giant stick. Like, it'll be close. Don't get me wrong. It will be very, very close. But I don't think that he's going to be able to catch them. So now, who is going to be able to see what they can do? As we have a battle on our hands between Jenith, Wobbly Lizard, and Mad Riot. What can they all do? So this is going to be great stuff to see from the drivers. So who will win? Who will fall? Stay tuned as we head into the final 4 laps of the Grand Prix. So who is going to be able to take this now? Who's going to take it to the line? Who can get this win? As right now, it seems to be pretty intense right now between everyone. As we're heading around and around we go. These guys squabbling it out yet again. Looking to see where they could potentially have a bit of a move made. Maybe waiting it out for some of their fellow drivers. Here, so now we will just have a gander across the track. As we'll have a nice look around. Jennifer 3/10 again. We might have a bit of a move here to be made as it was overtaken by Wobbly Lizard. As we move down, as now it is 10 seconds between the giant stick and one Kidney Jim. The pressure being put on now, maybe onto a giant stick to see, ooh, what can I do against him? So a giant stick maybe making some mistakes, losing out quite a lot of time. Granted, he's on old tyres. He's on 22 lap old tyres, so he's going to go straight to the end. He might be in puncture territory now, everyone, to see what they can do against each other. So, what is going to happen and what might we see? We're obviously going to see a nice battle here and a risk for Giant Stick to maybe get some time, but it is over on Mexico and Vicious Vicar have a little squabble of their own into turn one. It says, see you later, pal. That's mine. As away they all go now. Honda VTEC with a 10-second time penalty for crossing the pit lane line on the exit. One Kidney Jim has the chance, but at the moment it depends on who gets a puncture between one another now. Who can take this? Who will take it by the line? The checkered flag approaching rapidly now. Who can wait? Who can stop this from happening? It can literally be a puncture or one Kidney Jim. But at the moment, we've got a fight for P3 on our hands, as we have 3 laps remaining. As away the drivers go again, around and around they go. As Nimble and Marcus battle it out between one another into turn 8, that is. Turn 9, that is, sorry. They head down into turn 9 now. As we will have a gander at what they're all doing. These two still having a bat. Gertmeister has said hello and he's joined the party on fresh medium, so he's going to try to take a points placement off. As Jennifer Lee and Wobbly Lizard, as soon as I go off them, they have a bit of a scrap, but they just lost a second. And Jennifer Lee has got front wing damage as well. So this is going to be a great finish for the Haas drivers today. Marcus and Gertmeister go at it and they get past. As we go again. And now as it goes, as Gertmeister gets past Nimblecat, drops him to the final point finishing position. As Formula 7 has got Vicious Vicar on a charge. But now, heading on to the final lap we go. The penultimate lap, lap 30, before lap 31. Can this man get a puncture? Those tyres not looking too bad, really. They look quite okay. This is what we can see here. And at the moment, I don't think he's going to get a puncture. I think a Giant Stick is safe. He's only 4/10 off his time as well in the Sector 1. So in total, he's losing 1.2 a lap. So Kidney Jim needs to find 3 seconds, maybe 4 seconds this lap, and maybe catch up to him by 2. His Formula 7's retired into the pits. Nathan is out. Into the pits he goes. Nathan had such a great race, and he's retired. Wow. As that is going to allow a few drivers to go back into the points, to allow Marcus to come back in the points. Don't want to take the full drivers points off the full-time drivers. Fair enough, Nathan. I agree. I respect that so much. As we head now on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. This now Gertmeister promoted to P13, Nimblecat up to P14. Honda VTEC will stay in P16 now when he passes the pit lane. As that is a Mercedes out on track into turn 1. Let's have a quick gander with Gertmeister as they retire safely, obviously. As now the final lap of the Singapore Grand Prix is shown. The checkered flag will be waving when he gets to Sector 3. This is going to be intense. The potential of a puncture for a Giant Stick. He's done 26 laps, I believe, 25 laps on the hard compound of tyre. So then now Ginaldi, one Kidney Jim, sorry, I'm seeing it there, is thrown everything to try and catch Wobbly Lizard within a tenth of a Mad Riot. Mad Riot really wanting this point playing position right now. Is he going to be able to do it? Wobbly Lizard going to look to the inside line, going to go late in the brakes. No, he sits behind now. As we stay on board for the time being with a Giant Stick. I am very curious to know what his tyres are on as they are off the cliffs. There's no cliff left. It's just what? I'd say it's just a shard full of rock left. As now we look at the deterioration of everyone else's tyre. Not as bad as a giant sticks as he crosses the line, not the line, crosses the final few corners now to eventually take the line. The checkered flag is waving already for him. It's calling his name as now in the sights, the rear view mirror, he will see a one kidney Jim. He will see a pink Alpine, but across the line he goes now. It was gonna go the way of a giant stick from the start as he's dropped it and he takes P1. He wins the Singapore Grand Prix whilst One Kidney Jim is 4.2 off. He gave it everything today as a Mad Riot will take P3 and he'll be happy with that. And Jennifer Lee will take P4 post penalty. Wobbly Lizard finishes P5. Alfie Edwards, finishes P6. Ace Drift right behind him is a Mercedes driver. So right behind the Mercedes is a Vicious Vicar in the Sauber. As Ace Drift crosses a line in P7 but takes P8 as Shining Swarm nabs that from him. As now Vicious Vicar to cross the line on the nice looking medium tyres. As he goes across and says thank you guys very much for the racing. It's P9 for me. As Ron Mexico now crosses the line for P10 to take it. And Lad Caravani will go and finish P11, I believe, so far. Unbelievable stuff. The man with front wing damage. He'll take he will. He'll take P11 on track. So will Real Ashnami. Gertmeister, after a few disconnections, finishes in P13 with proof 2 attempts on his lap as well. There's a Nimble Cat today. Not the best race for Nimble, but he will finish P14. And Marcus on his debut with a 6-second time penalty will take P15, the final points playing position. If you want to join the Discord server, ! Discord to join. We're happy to have everyone in and eventually see where we go with this race. As now, that is the race over and done with. Thank you all for tuning in. The driver of the day, Alfie Wards. I back it 100%. He deserved that from P19 to P6. That was unbelievable stuff from him. So Alfie Wards will take the driver of the day, and Giant Stick takes the victory. P2 is One Kidney Jim. P3 Mad Riot from P6 gave it all, and even had his teammate stay out for him. P4 is Jennifer Lee. Wobbly Lizard P5 after a 3-second time penalty. Alfie Wards with a time penalty as well, but he finishes P6 up by 13 places. Shining Swarm P7 after finally getting into some good points. He is within the top 10. Ace Drift P8, P9 Vicious Vicar, P10 is Ron Mexico. Lad Caravani is P11. Real Ashton Army P12. P13 is Gertmeister. P14 Nimble Cat, Marcus P15. P16 Honda VTEC. P17 Formula 7 Racing. P18 Kevin Gamer. Slopey Gamer retired after losing their head a little bit there. P19 Antipoppy was the first retirement of the Grand Prix. As anyone needs the race director, we're going to try to get it all now as much as we can, and that is your race over and done with. Thank you all for tuning in today. We really do appreciate it. So thank you for tuning in today for Formula 7 Racing. We'll be live later at 7 p.m. on the dot with Tier 1, the best of the best, what we have to offer. And it was a pleasure being here again today after doing Tier 3 commentary. And we're back for Tier 4 next week, I believe. And I will see you all guys later on. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and a wonderful rest of your day.